welcome back to our channel. Guess what? We're on another road trip.
Yep.
So this is the third leg of our trip. So we've been from Colorado to Dallas to pick up Mercedes, do her graduation from college. And then from Dallas to the Kissimmee, Orlando area in Florida. That was our second leg. And the third leg is we are driving from the Kissimmee, Orlando area in Florida to northern Ohio.
Yeah, like what, hour and a half from the Great Lake, whatever.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half. We're going to be an hour and a half from, the Great Lakes.
Whatever lake something that is, right?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. But we are leaving. It is 8:30 in the morning. And we have determined that we are going to, you have two options that are direct-ish routes to where we're going. One, north to Atlanta, through Tennessee, up to Ohio that way. And the other one, through Jacksonville, through Savannah, Georgia, through north and south, or south and north Carolina, into Ohio that way. Which way do you think we've taken?
Well, we've been up the Atlanta route a bunch of times. We kind of know that. And Atlanta is just a hot mess, as it always is.
Yeah. And if we go that route, the time we're leaving, we'll be in the middle of traffic. So, what are you thinking?
I think we're going to go with Carolina.
Carolinas. Very cool. So, it was really sad saying goodbye to the girls this morning, but they've got each other now, which is much better than it was when they were separated. We get to enjoy that time, however long God provides that. And Madeline's already at school this morning, and Sadie's getting ready to prepare to study for her HR training course that she's doing and get certified. So she's busy. And Sullivan is our little cohort in crime back here. And we are on our way. So now you guys are stuck with just the two of us again. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
We are at the Buc-ee's in Brunswick, Georgia. And Nate just got the whole truck filled up with 135 gallons of fuel and topped off the DEF fluid. And that should get us another 1,200 miles. So all the way to Ohio and driving around before we head to Colorado. Should be great. Now we're parking at a RV spot and we're going to go inside. There's the Buc-ee's. You ready, Nate?
Yeah.
The goal is coffee. Yes?
Some type of wake-up juice, yeah.
Wake-up juice. I like that. I look like I need it. Sully, do you need wake-up juice? All right, we made it back. We went inside. Good vlog. But managing a dog and a camera at the same time, a little hard to do. But we got their Texas beef burritos. Got two of them. And we got iced coffees. You can make those there. And we got peanut butter caramel popcorn. And then, and Sully loves peanut butter. But then I also got him to give another bag because I actually went, oh! Alright, so this bag right here, this guilty bag, it's open. When I went to pick it up to show you, it spilled everywhere. So Sully was happy about that. But yeah, we got that, and then I got a magnet. I collected magnets. collect magnets from everywhere we've been since Madeline was born, and they had them with the name of the town this Buc-ee's is in, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I just took my first bite. Little Mr. Presumptive here. Really good beef burrito. It's called a Texas burrito or something like that. Right, Nate?
They said it was in Texas something. Texas cheesesteak.
Oh, yeah. Cheesesteak. It's like cheesesteak in Texas.
The format is Texan.
It's right.
The flavor's New York.
On the road again. Nate's still driving and we're on the road again. Split. This route's fast.
Where the states are small. It's like drive 3 days across Texas. You can either drive 3 states in like 5 hours.
Right. Oh, look at that cute little sign. Went right by. So what do we talk about when we're driving down the road?
The things we see.
Yeah.
The random podcasts we listen to.
Right.
News, politics, and all the things happening in the culture of the United States and around the world.
And we make fun of the GPS.
Yeah. It always feels like there's some like hyper weird person up ahead of you about 100 yards. They're just barely reporting things in time.
Yeah. So they're like, ooh, object in the road. And you're like, object right there.
Yeah, it's like literally 25 feet later.
Right.
But it's nice. I mean, at least it tells you that there's a cop coming up every 5 minutes, I guess. And then it's nice when there's objects in the road like blown tires and dropped loads and junk like that. It's kind of nice. Then you're aware of it, not surprised by it.
Right.
Construction, hey, we weren't surprised. We knew it, and then it told us, but that's all right. I don't know. It's good enough.
And then you've been looking for cab over semis.
Oh yeah, watching for cab overs. So looking for old. I want to say they built them all the way to the 70s and 80s, but they're like
they don't make them anymore.
Freightliner Argosy cab overs. Kenworth made one. I can't remember the name of the model number, but Kenworth made one, which is really cool. Mack Truck made some really cool ones. I mean, it was like I think everybody made cab overs, but you just don't see them driving much anymore. So they're the square-nosed ones. Like you see all the traditional, like conventional cab trucks here in the United States that look like big giant trucks
with an engine out front.
Yeah. Whereas a cab over is like the square thing, and the dude is literally sitting on top of it with his feet out at the front over the top of the engine. So you're sitting at the top. And the reason they made those is because they're easier to get in and out of places because your steering is a lot tighter.
Well, and you don't have about 12 feet ahead of you with just engine in it.
Engine and steering is not way out there.
Yeah.
And I think it also had to do with limitation of vehicle length back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, that you couldn't have vehicles longer than 60 feet or whatever it was. It used to be there was only 48-foot trailers, and then the tractor. So it must have been like you can't be longer than 55 or 60 feet or something like that. And then all of that kind of changed. Now we got 53-foot trailers and standard cabs, which are almost 15 feet by themselves. Especially if you get a long one with
dual
sleepers
axles
on it and stuff. Duals, yeah. Tandem axles, right?
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Now I think in Canada they just approved a 65-foot or something.
What?
Trailer where you can get 5 more or 6 more pallets in it. So like two wide and 3 deep.
Wow.
So it extended it out to like 64 feet or something, 66 feet.
Wow.
So that's a long pickup trailer. So yeah, the nice part is you can carry a third more of the load on one vehicle. So there's something to say about that. But how do you stick them into the docks and make around corners and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I don't know if they'll ever come to the United States with those trailers, but they might.
Yeah. Where are we going now?
Yeah, so typically we would go up 75 through Atlanta and off through Tennessee and up through. But since we're on this side of the country, Google Maps gave us this other option to go up 95, which I think we're on 95.
Yeah.
And so 95 takes us up more east than Atlanta, which is nice because you can beat all the traffic in Atlanta and get around it.
Yeah.
But you end up going through South Carolina, and this is where my brother and
our nephew and his mom.
my brother Emerson and Amber moved out here about 9 months or so ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. And so this would be the first time like we're in the area driving through. So literally like an hour-ish, an hour and a half off the main road here. We're going to drive off to their little town, which was like Greenville or something like that.
Yeah. South Carolina.
Yeah, so we're going to go to there, check it out, hang out with them, eat some cool food, and hang out with them for a little bit since we're in their neck of the woods. I thought that was pretty cool. Spend a little bit of time with them.
Mm-hmm.
So our first hotel will be in Greenville.
Yep.
And we'll be able to crash out there, but get to spend some family time with them. And I thought that was worth it. We're driving this drive. We got 2 days to get to where we're going. So maybe we'll drive an extra hour or so, but
who cares?
Who cares? Yeah. Like, this will be fun. Make it worth it. I mean, this is kind of what you do. Like, you're in an area close by, and instead of blowing people off, you make the time for it.
That's right.
And this is why we're entrepreneurs. This is why we're business owners. This is why we live the life we live, is because God gave us the flexibility and the resources to do this kind of stuff. And so we make the time to do the things.
That's right.
So, like, if you saw what we were doing yesterday, hanging out with Maddie and Sadie at Universal Studios until like 4 p.m. and then decided to go home and change out a pool pump on the pool that blew up.
Oh, we spared you guys from that particular saga because it was a saga.
Well, it was only a saga because kind of waited till the last minute to really start it. Yay, Home Depot was open till 10, but we went to Home Depot, what, 2 times?
Yeah, something like that.
2 times, so that's not bad. So for a DIY home project, go to Home Depot, have to run to runs to get parts.
Yeah.
Only once?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
But yeah, so we had to mock up. We got this new pump literally for less than it would have cost to buy a new motor for the old pump. And so we had to mock it up because the new pump is bigger. It had like more horsepower. It was more of a beast of a pump, which is going to be nice.
It's a new to us pump, right?
Yeah, it was a rebuild, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was a brand new motor on a rebuild pump, so that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It turns more water. I think it does almost 10,000 gallons an hour. So that'll turn the pool over, I think, 3 times in an hour. So that'll be cool. And then it'll keep it clean faster, but we had to repipe a whole bunch of stuff, including things we got repaired like 2 weeks ago on the new filter box.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a thing.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're a plumber, or if you just are a DIYer and you want to jack around with plumbing pipes, Home Depot now offers what they call a pipe reamer or a fitting reamer. And a fitting reamer is worth its $25 or whatever you pay for it, because the thing goes on a drill. It's like a drill bit, and when you cut off a pipe on a fitting, you can actually drill it out to the depth of the reamer, even a little bit more. It'll like take it, inch and a quarter, and it cuts out the old pipe out of the fitting so you can refit new pipe into it. And I'll tell you what, that tool saved the day, because not only do we get to reuse the parts that we already had, because some of those parts you're not going to get at Home Depot, so it allowed us to reuse those parts, clean them out, and then put it all back together in a whole lot cleaner way than we did. And it saved the day because it made it possible for us to use the fittings and parts and pieces that we had, and minimal new parts and pipe to make it work. So maybe I'll splice in some pictures of it, what we did.
I don't want to.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, the whole point is get a reamer. for
Yeah.
PVC pipe because it's great. And I think they make it like 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and it's worth it. Be careful on the drill, but it like makes a huge giant mess of like shavings and PVC shavings, which is kind of fun. But it was absolutely worth it. That thing saved the day, I'll tell you what.
The reason I call it a saga is because we're outside and we're already really warm, over warm from being outside at the theme park. And Nate had said, oh, it'll take him a little bit, about an hour, a little bit less than an hour to swap this thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just leave that with an eyebrow raise. We ended up going and getting the parts he was talking about, but by the time we were done, we started this at 4:30. By the time we were walking in the house to say, well, we're gonna have to let it just set up with the glue, it's 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
And luckily, we were blessed, it didn't take much more than that, but the sun had gone down. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked outside at night in a humid and very natural environment with lots of bugs with a floodlight. But we're getting bugs like between the glass on your eyeballs and all sorts of getting bit up. But we got it done. So
Yeah, and the saga though didn't end because this morning we got up to check it.
oh, you're gonna bring that up because
And I fired it up.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Everything except for one part was working perfectly, and the one part that I think what happened is when I glued up the one tube, I didn't turn it when I stuck it in there.
Oh, so you get enough glue in
So
there.
I didn't have enough glue on it or something. So
Yeah.
I didn't turn it when it went in, whatever. So when I fired it up, it had 3 leaks that were like spraying out of it.
So you put more glue on it today.
So we put some glue on it.
Sadie will probably put
Check
more
it
glue on it
tomorrow
for you
morning.
or whatever. And
Yeah, and you know the thing at the end of the day, it's like that might be where I'm like, okay, well I'm out of town, I need to have a guy go over there,
Yeah.
cut that off, redo that stupid fitting.
maybe.
DUMB.
Do you and me? Yeah, so
Sometimes you just do things last minute, scramble it together, but that's how life works too.
Yeah.
So the reason that ended up becoming last minute was really because we had a big thunderstorm, and I think it static shocked or ground out that that pump
Yeah.
motor.
because it wasn't even so that happened not last night but the night before last.
Right.
And then I got up yesterday morning and I told Nate, I said the pump's not sounding right.
It sounded like the
Or the night
bearings
before.
were shot.
Yeah,
So it sounded like just metal on metal grinding.
yeah, and it was getting hot.
And it was stupidly hot. Which I was surprised the thermal cut off and the switch in it didn't kick out, but it did.
Well, there's a lot of things about that, but the miracles that happened is that we were there when it happened.
Yeah.
That on Memorial Day, a guy who rebuilds pumps had one on Facebook Marketplace that was better than what we would have been able to get anywhere else
Oh yeah.
for half the price,
Oh yeah.
at least half, and was willing to meet up with us at Universal Studios, like at a parking lot just outside the park, so that we could get it and go spend the time with Maddie and Sadie before going home and working on this and then packing and getting everything ready. Because we also had to do like car Jenga and get the vehicles organized, and because now Sadie's there and we need more parking and getting all the stuff. I'm gonna move out of the way. I feel like you need a mirror. When you're the co-pilot, you move out of the way when the driver needs the mirror. Okay. So then we just got all that done. But it was a miracle because the Home Depots we've gone to in the past in other towns didn't have the parts that we ended up getting.
Well, I've never seen that reamer
No.
in Colorado.
No.
Like I knew about that reamer because I'd seen it on
Yeah.
TV and various things, right?
Right.
I knew it. You could get it on Amazon, but it's always
Right.
2 days out, right?
Right.
And then, for whatever reason, I felt like I was saying, just look and see if I got it here. So I looked at it,
They had it.
and they had it. And I was like, what?
Yeah. If we
There were
hadn't
7
had
of
it,
them on row 7, aisle 7. It's in the plumbing tools parts, and it just looks like a taper bit with 2 steps on it.
Mhm.
And
Pretty awesome.
that tool, I was
Saved
like,
it. It saved the day. because
Yeah,
we
we
wouldn't
did
have been
save
able
the
to
day.
finish it because we were, so there was just all these different little blessings and things. And then there were things that privately that, I'm going to move the camera because my finger's dropping you guys today, apparently. Just pinching my finger, we were getting the bumps. But, yeah, there were things that the kids needed to learn while we were busy, and God provided them an opportunity to learn while we accomplished and tackled this. But, it's a leased house. It's a rental house, but they're on the lease. Like, we're responsible for anything that has to do with the pool. And, some of the other stuff that goes on. It's almost like a triple net if you've ever done rental or leases before for commercial. Interesting how they do it in Florida. But anyway, we're just glad that it got repaired to a point where I think the glue's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And then giving you your mirror back. See, you have to pay attention to the driver. The driver needs his mirror. So I'm just really excited that we were really able to get that done. But there were a few moments where it felt like this is not happening. And he was like, and I was like, uh-oh. And then Sadie comes walking out. How can I help? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, I don't know. And she gives her thoughts on it, which were really wise. And then Maddie made us dinner. And just, I love the environment of our family where we all just pull together and do different things to all work towards a similar goal. And it made my heart warm and fuzzy. And then Maddie even baked us her, what she calls beef chips, which is just taking beef, Lori seasoned salt, and butter, salted butter, and blending it together, and then smushing it as thin as you can across parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and then baking it for 45 minutes, I think at 375, 400. Anyway, makes these really thin, very tightly pressed hamburger patties, really. And she cooked that for us to take with us today. So that's what we had for breakfast.
Yeah.
It was that and a protein bar.
I was telling
So good.
Heidi that Maddie should make those in the shape of squirrels and turtles and armadillos, so that you look like green roadkill when you're driving down.
I know. And, okay, Nate, you and I have a project, and we should probably get her molds for that. Can we work on that?
Yeah, we can find something.
I think we should do that. So, anyway, we're blabbing. This is how we are, just us hanging out. Sully's doing what Sully does. I don't know. Let me see. There he is. Sully's doing what Sully does. He's missing his girls, but he's a happy boy. And he'll be excited to see his uncle and Emerson tonight. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
But we're going to go see your brother and our nephew. And Amber. How cool is that? Yeah. All right. Cruising on down the road. So Nate and I were talking, and we turned the volume down on his radio, which then turned the voice off the GPS, and we missed our turn by like, I don't know, 10 minutes or more. So it rerouted us. We're in these back roads, and look, it's raining and really pretty. But we've got an extra 15 or 20 minutes on our drive now because of the enjoyment of our conversation we were having.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to regret with this weather that I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops, because it's only 73 degrees outside. I'm going to be cuddling up in a blanket tonight. That's all right. Look how pretty that is. And rain. hour from our destination. You doing all right?
Yeah. So
Good.
now we're looking at crazy rain coming in at us.
Yeah, some crazy storms.
Dark clouds. Wall clouds with rotation.
Yep. Sully's doing good back there. He's being all cute. I'll show you guys here in a minute. But yeah, he just buried himself. Yeah, so we're driving into a storm. We're a half hour out. We're gonna get to see our family, which is awesome. And then the sun's still up.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. And we left at 8:30 in the morning, and it will be 6 p.m. when we get there.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. It's awesome. There's the storms ahead.
If we see Reed Timmer going the other way.
Yeah, we see Reed Timmer.
Oh, man.
Now he would be in Texas or Oklahoma, don't you think?
Oh, I don't know. He's wherever the storms are.
Yeah, if you don't know,
So,
Reed Timmer is
Dominator 3.
Yeah, Dominator 3. He's a storm chaser. But here's the Sullivan. Still snoozing. Tried to give him some food, but he doesn't like to eat when we're traveling, so give him some training treats instead to just get him to eat something, and then he chilled right back out. So we are excited to get done and be done driving for the day. And then 9.5 hours tomorrow drive time. Will be good. I think we can get any of the lightning. We'll see. Alright, so there's our map. 31 minutes to go. Pretty excited. It is 81 outside. Warmed up after getting out of that other rainstorm, which was nice. So that's good. But yeah. Just a little ways to go, but it is getting darker. Darker. And not because the sun's going down. Those floofy things in the sky. They're floofy. Rain is starting. It is 5:35 out there. And it is that dark out. And I don't think you can see clear the heck out there. There's a wall of rain coming. You know, we're just talking about how this is cold rain. Look at how it's changing the temperature. 73 out now. In Florida, we get warm rain, don't we?
Yeah, 95 and rainy.
Yeah, so it doesn't get cold when it rains. It just gets wet.
Muggy. Soaking wet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fun. Got all the people outside, got their flashers on. They're slowing down. Nate's got his flashers on. And it's loud. Loud. What did we do?
Did like buffaloes and drove through the rain.
Why do you say
Got
that?
through it for everybody else. All the other people are like cows now. Went and hid under a tree and we just put our head down and ran through it.
And that's because buffaloes actually do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get through the storm faster.
That's right. And look at that. A lot less rain. There we go. Well, we made it to our destination. We're going to have dinner with our family.
Yeah.
Sun's still up. That's great. It's a little drizzly and rainy. Feels nice.
It's nice.
So we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for following, liking, and subscribing. And don't forget, God loves you very much. We'll see